Hey mates, I'm Alex.
And I'm Gaston.
Welcome to Power Mate.
This is the place to learn and share about Fabric and Power Platform. If this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this channel with your friends and colleagues. So, today, Power Mates, we've got an exciting Power Apps update to talk about.
That's right, Gaston. So, Code View in Power Apps is now GA, generally available. And so this changed how both, citizens, the developers, and pro dev work and collaborate within the app. So Code View lets you, on some point, dive into the code behind your app controls. It is like popping the hood to see what's really going on.
Exactly, and now with this GA announcement, is even kind of better format and ready for things like source control in GitHub or Azure DevOps and collaborative development. So, what can you actually do with Code View? Let's try to break it down.
Yeah, so first up, you can view the code behind any control. It's a simple YAML with embed power effects. Second, you can copy and paste, Control C, Control V, that code. The code you want to reuse and screen or control. So grab the snippet and paste it anywhere.
Yeah, that's right. And one of the things that I would love to recall is that you can drop those snippets into, for example, Teams or an email or even GitHub discussion. So, this is kind of a really great feature for overall collaboration.
Exactly, Gaston. As you mentioned, it's just right click, control and on right click in a control in the Power Up Studio and select view code and boom, you're in. And then you can hit copy and you got ready to go snippet or YAML and Power Up. But let's stop talking a little bit and let's head over to my machine to quickly check how it works. Here we are. This is again, but I think it's worth to repeat every single time. This is the homepage for the Power Apps. You can access the Power App homepage, access into make.powerup.com. So you're going to head here into the Power App homepage. Again, as usual, you can create your own Microsoft 365 developer account and access to Power Platform, M365, and Fabric. You can check other videos here that we talk about that. What we're going to do now is let's create an application and check how it works quickly. I have an application here created. It's a blank canvas app. Let's add here a control just for demo purpose. Let's click here and add a date, for example, date picker. Okay, just that. If I click on date picker, I can see view code. Okay, here, right click on the control and then view code. Okay, view code. So let's check that quickly. This is a super simple code for a date picker control, date picker canvas, this is the name, and the control that indicate this is the name of the picker, the date picker, and then the control that effective is a date picker and have some parameters. And this name, date picker canvas 1, is because this is exactly the name of the control. If I change here and put date picker power mate and return to the same view code, that's going to change, okay? So the code reflects what you do on the configurations, of course. But there's more. Let's go one step forward and go one level up. So if we click here on make container and we click on view code, we have more, we have the main container that show you the control, the variant, the properties of the main container, and also the children's of the main container. We have the date picker. So let's go one step up again. We can see a screen container. This is the screen container. So view code, and then again, we have the screen. Let's do one thing. Let's assume we have that on Visual Studio Code. So let me show you here Visual Studio Code. Let's assume we are working in Visual Studio Code. We have a GitHub Copilot or a GitHub repository of something with some code. Let's assume we have that, the code. This code is a YAML for the main screen or one of the screen of our app. Let's assume we are working in team and with other developers on pro code and citizen developers, and someone say, okay, we need to replicate the screen that we create on the app, I don't know, the app for human resources 3 months ago. So this is the code for that app. We want to reply that. So we just need to copy, okay, copy the code, came here, return to the app. So we want to replicate the screen container. So we click on the screen that is the father and just do a paste. As you can see here, that exactly copy and paste the screen container. You know, if I click here on the click container, you can see that here we have the date picker, and this date picker is date picker power make underscore one because it's the copy of the first one. Okay, this is one of the how it works. It's copy paste. You can copy and paste the code or take the code from Visual Studio Code or Azure DevOps and then paste here. Let's go one step back. Let's return to the main container, the first one here, and then let's say that we want to add another control. So what we have here, this is a GitHub repository from Paul Daniel last week. Is one of the power apps from the product team from Microsoft, and is one of the people who work with the power app control, share with the community and go around. So thank you to Daniel. And so here is one of these control, and this is animated canvas button with CSS style, FBG effect and all. So this is how that should works. What we need to do is copy the YAML file, the YAML code. So we click here on the YAML, that's going to open the code. Let's copy the code here. Let's return to our Power App. Click on the main container because we want to insert that control into the main container and then paste. Control B, or I'm going to do right click paste just to be more specific, and let's see what happened. That could take some time. This is a live demo. And as you can see, this automatically add the control and the button and is working. If I click play, you can see that effectively works with the effect, with the animations, and all. That means that I don't need to create the code, add the control, add the CSS file, add the behavior, the rules, and all. So that's awesome. And one last thing I want to show you is that what I mentioned before is that when we copy and paste a snippet of the code, this comes with the Power Effects rules and all. So if I click here, for example, you can see the onSelect function or rule. You can see here that has already the code that need to run. So in this case, run a concurrent. So it means that all these 5 actions runs at the same time. This is for, of course, for performance purpose, but this comes with the code. If I click on the other, you're going to see that this has other, for example, on select, what happens, same notification HTML. So this have different functions. So what that means is once someone on the team, where someone of the team create the control, and then save that as a snippet on GitHub or Azure DevOps, then other members of the team can reuse the control, and that is going to save a lot of time. So, Gaston, what do you think?
This is great. I can see, as you mentioned before, that this will save a ton of time for multiple teams and development teams across the space. So now that this feature is GA, Microsoft, I can see that improve the format, kind of a more reliable and consistent, especially for version control around this.
Yeah, that's true. You can be more consistent on that regard. And one point here is if you use that or during the preview that ends a couple of months ago or week ago, your old snippet still work. Just paste and recopy them to get the updated format. Okay.
And if you want some ready to use code examples, head to the link that we are going to post in the comments below and grab some templates too. We love to this all of you power mates to move this forward and more kind of code friendly power apps experience.
Yeah, it's the best of both worlds, so low code design with prop dev flexibility. So try it now, and let us know what you build, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with your fellow market, and as usual, join us on this journey.
Together, let's unlock the full potential of Power Platform and Microsoft Fabric.
Yeah.